A very good warm welcome to everybody here this evening. Welcome to the WeBuyCars PUBG podcast here on PUBG Africa, sponsored by WeBuyCars. Thank you so much for them being on board with us. Joined with me is Viking. How's it, dude? How are you doing? Viking? Any Viking there? Seems I'm still muted. Have introduced Viking there. I'm muted on my side, so that's my bad over there. We're busy just trying to get some stuff. Well, introducing Viking. How are you, sir?
No, I'm fine, thanks, man.
That's good. That's good. Hope everybody in the chat is doing well. I see that we've got Critzy, Buzzbeat, K9 as well. Everybody is in, or people are flooding into the stream as well. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Remember, you can ask us anything that you want to know. But first off, what we're gonna do quickly is also have a quick look at our battle week highlights. We got a little highlights package that's been done for us. Yeah, so Viking, I think without further ado, let's get on to that. And Bosgundle is here as well. Thank you very much for being here as well. So let's have a look at the battle week highlights. We're also going to have obviously a group stage highlights as well for next week before we move into the finals and all that sort of jazz as well. So as we just get things already in going here. Oh, that's not what you want to see now, is it? Hey guys. Oh, sneak peek. No, you can't see it anymore. Yeah, sorry. Today is just a little bit of one of those things that's, you know, we just a little bit rushed this evening as well. But anyway, without further ado, here is the Battle Week highlights, which we're all going to be watching with you guys as well. Viking and myself will have our cameras. We might talk a little bit about it as we go along as well.
See another beautiful name taking out now. Twister is in such a tough situation. Pushing up, Twister gets one, he gets two. He won, but he will be taken out by Chris. AG manages to get the first knock. He gets the knocks. Amen all the way on the right, he is spotted out. Sees members, he switches seats.
It's all about humanity.
Will it beacon? He will, and Redak will be taken out. STC.
Afterwards against the launch. The grenade coming out the track, coming out here from against the launch. What can they do? Two knocks there for OKBB. We'll get another member. Quickly tries to get that against the launch. Gets taken out and bit. Eliminate two of the members here as well now. We'll be pushing up towards these two. Great start here to help the goes down. Does he know the other member sitting there? Albert Finkel and Nixon. Lyrex gets out of the lobby. Takes out there. Confirmation. And it looks like how Dolphins taking the area here, and Albert Finkel will finish it F2 position. He's going to surprise right out the game. Right behind that grenade from Zelda, that is going to be massive, but this stick with tier 2. And now he's behind an easy game.
Doing some very, very nice work. And
what a shot there from the Reaper.
Great shot coming up from Soda. Doesn't get the knock. He does get the knock immediately. Chris Ed before he gets slumped out here by the members. Oh, they get Carl. Can he win this one out? He stays off. And see if he can win it. He does win it out.
Why is the guy getting shot on?
And Unknown's going to get that shot on towards Narco. And what can he do? Better. He's got a level 2 here. In front of him. Does get that knock on
I think
towards
just
him.
pushing one
Hey,
by one
that
there
wasn't
was.
me. GG is doing such a great job here. Gundle, can he do another one? Can he do another one? He's just got one member left. MLC Esports, and he does it! He does it! Push is coming here from High Voltage.
Day 1 for NX.
High Voltage down and out of there. After he gets knocked out there, just as last minute for life is off the phone. But I don't think he can survive. Inexorable Gaming goes out in 14th with Soda. What can he do? He does one up. He does get one knock on towards the member. Harris goes down. Life lost member and White Traffic Gaming hold off the push there from Customs. What you want to see? Yeah, another one knock goes down towards 1-3-3-7. And now El Provinco, does he spot out the rotation coming just above him here? And that's Resnet inside the smoke. Resnet will get the knockout. Ninjas in bikinis are turning this around on High Voltage. The overconfidence hasn't paid off, and Ninjas in bikinis are going to wipe out High Voltage. Towards it. There, but Vampire stuck in a big position, but he does get one member. Last remaining player touches one up for them. And he does get knocked out. The Legends get eliminated out in third position.
A push in from Briggs. Oh, Briggs will take out second. And it looks like. And he's trying his best. He does get the first knock. He's so lucky. But Static can
That was just like things that Kritzy going
Here we
play.
go. Takes out one. Flashes one. Misses on disaster. Silent Bag will be lost. Android and Diggity. Run over someone. Okay, Diggity does one out. Oh! Viking, that was. That's now. And here we go. It's gonna get very close for him. He does have a shotgun there by him as well. He does get the knock. Flushes immediately. Can he get a second? He gets a second. Now. Won't be able to maybe get two. Can he get bingo? He will can now. I'm taking some shots on Diggity. Across Vincent. Can he get another knock?
See what they can do here as now Born to Kill trying to make the move. But last member of Born to Kill turns around the grenade from the zone. He's going right in front of Zero. Zero spot out there. Kipu does get down. Both of the members now the spot here. He gets the double. Bump A, that was easy. And surviving and Zero will eliminate them. And he looks like he can get enough on towards Red. Perfect timing coming out there from Diggs to get that knock. Can he get another knock? And he does indeed, but soft up the burger. Does get turned up. Oh, great shot coming out there from Battlefield. Coming out towards him. Doesn't spot him out here, but Goff gets eliminated. Out to try and get out of the situation. Now you'll spot out.
That was a good play by Anonymous. I think just two, like the previous game, he did exactly the same thing.
And Anonymous will take out Michael Techies. And you see here the grenade's going to come out. Just picks up on two right. There's another one towards what about this one? He does come out. He does get the knock on towards it, leaving just it's MD as he just about to rock up here to try and see if he can save anything out of this one. And Battlebug is the last member standing here for the Survivor Fighters. The knocks come through. Battlebug. It's MD Wolves.
I remember this.
I was so confused at this moment, I'm not gonna lie.
I would have been so cool.
In the process there, he's getting run over. One behind you, stick that he comes in. Practice getting one, he goes down, Diggs is the last member. And can Diggs do anything like this? He's getting shot there by the other teammate for Bluff. Bluff is doing such a great job. Firestorm out in the open. This could be dangerous for the image. So what will they do? He quickly gets second on the side. And Daddy figure here inside this area. And he will get out also born to lead are dealing the damage towards them, and this is looking so difficult. TNG, the last member surviving, can he do it? Chasing Tunisia rises up.
For so long, I forgot how it feels in the dark of night. Tabletops counters in the early hours. Stone cold and
Stop that over there as well. So that is the highlights for the battles. I mean, some pretty crazy moments there, Viking. I mean, you had some good little battles there as well.
Yeah, I think the first 6 weeks of battles was quite enjoyable, you know. Had some ups and downs. I think our first week was one of the worst weeks we've had in PUBG Africa.
Yeah, true.
But I think that can go for most of the teams, you know. I think we've had some teams showing their potential. You know, some of the teams that didn't even qualify into the tournament, showing that they have the potential, just not the consistency to keep it up. So it's quite interesting to see that we have all these teams with the raw aim talent, just not being able to consistently get it up there to show everyone.
Yeah, I mean, true. I mean, we're obviously down to 24 teams now. I mean, like you said, it was a good battles week. We saw some good climbers. We mentioned that last week as well. I think overall it's been quite a successful battle week. We obviously spoke today as well, like things will change up also for season number 3 as well. So, you know, things will be changing to make it a little bit shorter as well. So the guys have, you know, they don't burn out so quickly and all that sort of stuff, which we'll get a little bit maybe into a little bit later, maybe. But concentrating on what's happening now, group stages. We've played 2 days. Let's have a quick look and see what the leaderboard looks like at this stage. But first, we're gonna quickly do an ad as well, another ad there for WeBuyCars, the sponsor of this podcast as well. Go over to them. If you're going to go over to WeBuyCars, it's webuycars.co.za. If you're looking to buy or sell your vehicle, head over to them. They are proud sponsors of our PUBG African League and this podcast as well. So we're going to have a quick little WeBuyCars video and then we'll be back with you guys now. That is WeBuyCars' ad. We'll also be putting up something on our socials fairly soon. You guys must go out and vote there as well. Might be something cheeky there for you guys as well. So on WeBuyCars' behalf. But we're gonna go on towards the reduced teams in the qualifier stages. Viking?
Yeah, I mean, I think that the main thing, thinking back of Sunday, was that last game. Where
Yeah.
I think we had, what, 5 or 6 teams in contention for that 15th, 16th spot? No, it was, sorry, the 9th and 10th spot.
Yeah.
Which were the top 10, because the top 10 of those 16 teams joined the group stages. And it was Rusty Revolvers, Legends, Smurfs, Warwolf Quads, Devlin Eye. I can't remember if there was another team, but
I mean, there was
those 5 teams battling it out for that final position. And I think, 4 of those 5 teams actually making it until the late game. So whichever of those teams came out on top that game would be the team to make it in. And I think that was one of the most intense I want to say low level qualifiers that we have seen in PUBG Africa.
Oh yeah, no, I think I even said to you afterwards as well, and Ellis and I were like one of the best games, that last game, to cast in a very long time. Like, it was so exciting to actually just watch these teams. We were rooting for all the teams, obviously, because we want to see who gets it. But I think for like we said it even in the podcast in the cast as well. Like Devil and I mean, they were in 10th position when they rocked up, and unfortunately they got pulled up on by, if I'm not
So I think it was the GOATs.
It was the GOATs, yeah.
Yeah.
Who the GOATs obviously did not able to make it for the group stages due to other commitments as well. So they got pulled up by the GOATs, and you know, the improvement from Devil and I over the season has just been spectacular. I mean, I must say, we said it in the cast, it was really unlucky that they got pulled up at that moment in time. It was really just unfortunate for them, but that's how the cookie crumbles as well. And then same thing for Rusty Revolvers. They made a decent dash for that line as well. I mean, they were literally just killing everything, and then we turn around and look, and then there is Team Warwolf Cards
taking them out.
Yeah, and then we have Smurfs. I mean, then the Smurfs go and actually win the chicken dinner to qualify for it as well. And then for the Inexorable Legends, that was not even a thought in my head at that stage that they were going to get knocked out. And then it was just one of the best games to cast over as well. It was really, really such a great game to watch as well, I think. I hope you guys also enjoyed it as well.
Yeah. No, I think, yeah, definitely that was, I think, one of the highlights of the season so far. I think that one of the main reasons is because everyone knows that we have our top tier teams and we have our low tier teams, and you can see it. It wasn't just Devil and I that has improved this season.
Oh yeah, not only them. Yeah.
Everyone from the bottom, I mean, that have played season 1 coming into season 2 now, you know, everyone has improved. I mean, Rusty Revolvers, that last game, they were fighting, and then as they started losing members, they knew, okay, we can't win this fight any longer. We've lost too many members. We just need to survive now for the extra points, you know? So everyone was battling it out until the end. And you can see that every single team has improved over the season. And that is wonderful to see.
Oh yeah, I mean, that just pushes up the standard of our league ever so much as well. So that's what we always want to see. You know, we want to see the standard of play keep increasing, and it is. And it's I will say this now, for the mid-tier teams who keep finishing in those mid-table things, need to be on the lookout for Devil and I, Smurfs, Rusty Revolvers, these sort of teams now, because it is definitely going into season 3. It's definitely teams that you just can't like walk up to anymore. It's like you're gonna have to be careful.
No, 100%.
And then yeah, I mean, that's the group stages. Now we move on to obviously the groups that we've played out on Tuesday and on Wednesday. Final groups are, it's A versus C, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, A versus C on Sunday. That's the last group play that we'll have. Top 16 of that will move forward into the finals as well. So let's have a quick look at the current overall leaderboard here, Viking. I mean, there it is. High Voltage topping it out at this stage. They've played all their games now. 96 points, 68 kills. I mean, how was it last night? Because you were in the same lobby.
Yeah, I mean, last night, I think we had our struggles. Obviously, we tried some different strategies because of the prize on the chicken dinner, you know, playing for the chicken dinner rather than gaining the points. And because the points don't really matter too much in this part of the qualifiers.
Yeah.
I mean, if we get some chicken dinners, we should be able to reach the top 16. But yeah, no, high voltage, and I have to say, even ninjas and bikinis, you know, fragging out most of the games, just running around, squad wiping. It's insane. Just watching the kill feed.
It's, yeah. I mean, they came up, they pushed in the one game last night in Orango. They pushed Quick Draw Mag and then turned around out of the zone and pushed you guys. I mean,
Yeah.
that was Like they are literally I think at this stage the most aggressive team I've seen in our scene to date. Haven't seen teams do that much, going out that much out of the circle just to get kills as well. So, but I think going down to, like, you see in second position, Born to Lead also completed all their games as well with 84 points. And you look at their placement points and their kills, I mean, very close to each other, probably the closest out of everybody in the top 4 there. Or is the closest. I mean, they're very consistent. They get the kills and they get the placement points.
Yeah, I mean, they were playing it smart, Also, I think they were following the same kind of strategy that we were trying to follow. Knowing that, okay, cool, the points matter, but for now in the group stages, the chicken matters more because of that $10 that you gain from the chicken dinners. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Born to Lead won 2 games last night.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they won a game on. Let me just make sure. Okay, no, they didn't.
No.
Okay.
No,
So yeah,
no.
so they won 2 games yesterday, and I mean it showed. They just waited until the correct moment to strike, got the kills, got the chicken dinner, and it was perfect. I mean, even I think the first game, High Voltage looked like they're the team to beat. Well, the team to lose, because I mean they had the positioning, they had the zone, they had the members, and somehow Born to Lead turned that 2v3 around.
Yeah, I mean, it was
So
insane.
just striking at the correct moment every time. Really well played from them.
Get those key knocks, and it seems to work. I mean, like you said, it was a 2v4 at that stage. It was actually ridiculous. It was, I mean, that first Erangel game, for them to take out that chicken dinner was pretty good. If I'm not mistaken, we also have you guys who've won a chicken dinner last night. Team Diversity won a chicken dinner last night. Born to Lead won the other 2. In the first day, we saw High Voltage against all odds. And I'm trying to think of, I think it was
and it was Practice and Nos.
No, Practice and Nos, yeah. Those are the teams that were kind of there. You can see kind of those teams near the top 8 there as well, or top 10 at least for now. Against all odds, coming out 40 points in their first 4 games. I mean, they still got 4 games to play. I mean, if you look at it, apples versus apples at the moment, Viking, I mean, 7 points ahead of your team at this stage. I mean, a really good showing from Against all odds.
I think that first game that they won really put them into the momentum. Definitely a game that I think they need to be proud of. I mean, they were fighting so many teams there in Yasnaya, and I don't know how they made it live with 4 people. Like, it blew my mind. Fighting in the blue, even I think it was like phase 4, just barely making it out, getting knocked, smoking, reviving, and then at the end of the day, just waiting it out, getting the essential knocks, and somehow winning that game with, like, still a lot of members alive after all the chaos they went through. But yeah, no, I mean, really strong games coming out of Against all odds, and especially with Dax also joining the team now as a sub. I think even more great things to come from them on Sunday.
Yeah, 100%. I'm seeing here, just looking at the chat to quickly, who needs the blue pill? I'm not going to say it out loud because sometimes we do get copyright struck on that word. When you can listen to Viking's voice, that's a good one, Mars. I like that. Smurf's last game was insane. Obviously referring to that last in the group stage. It was definitely. Big loves towards Cans there as well. We want a prediction on who's going to take the chicken next week. Who's going to take the chicken next week? Or do you mean on Sunday, Airless Tomato? Unknown said that they had their struggles. Yeah, he said, or should I say Sunday? And then Airless is saying Unknowns is hunting NX. Is WG hunting NX? Because let's actually have a quick chat about that, Viking, because we saw, I would say, one of the 2 bigger PUBG teams in the scene. I mean, 2 of the longest standing teams in terms of organization wise, fight it out quite a bit yesterday. We saw it on multiple occasions fighting it out. Obviously that Erangel there on the 3rd game, pretty intense moments, and then Team Diversity coming up to mop you up, Ripper and yourself.
Yeah, I think that was quite interesting. Just I think for us especially, things just went wrong from the beginning. We lost Little pretty early on. He tried to go for the vehicle, lagged away from it, got driven over. So we were at a disadvantage from the beginning. On our way to that compound, my tires get shot out, and Narco has to turn around, come fetch me. So we were late. Don was the only one in the compound, and because WRG saw only one person in the compound, they just came to crash. All in all, few minutes later, it's only me and Ripper left alive. And yeah, Team Diversity came, crashed, killed us both, and just even took the chicken dinner after that.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
that was quite heartbreaking to know that we could have maybe won the game from that position if, the stars aligned a bit more for us.
Yeah, true. I mean, I remember watching you in that rotate as well. You got put down to 1 HP as well in that one. I watched that. And then Don nicely moved, or Disaster nicely moved in front of you. That would have been a funny moment if you did actually intend to crash it. I thought that was pretty good. But yeah, I think for White Rabbit, I mean, I know you said it in chat as well. Everyone had their struggles, but I think White Rabbit Gaming definitely had their struggles last night. I mean, 16 points coming out of them is not generally their best showing in the scene. They generally like to get actually quite near to the top of those, daily leaderboards as well. So I'm sure they're going to come back with a vengeance on Sunday. And
as long as it's not on us. I mean, they were fighting us enough. They can fight some other teams now.
Yeah,
just
for sure.
stay far away, please.
Delayed us from taking the compound and slid in. Yeah, that's true. We had a team drive past. Yeah, I remember watching that on the actual. Who did drive past? I actually can't remember.
I think it was Custom.
And Custom we drove past, yeah, as well. So they were a bit delayed on that one as well. But still, it was a good fight to watch nonetheless. Working down, we got MLC Esports also only played 4 games. They're going to be playing on Sunday as well. 34 points. A good haul of points to start off their campaign as well. As you can see, a lot of these guys. But what would you say would be the cutoff point? Obviously, we got our top 16 there. In 16th position, Mates Alliance Gaming with 19 points, but they've played all the games, Viking. And so has Gosp as well. So Microtech, White Rabbit Gaming, Rusty Revolvers, very, very close to those teams up at the top there.
Yeah, I think that's going to be quite difficult, looking at the standings currently. I think even Warriors at the bottom, unfortunately, already playing all 8 of their games, not even making it into the current top 16, which means they are currently already eliminated.
Yes.
But with Gosp and Mates Alliance Gaming currently in 15th and 16th position, have played all their games, that leaves it quite at a risky scenario. I mean, Microtech and WRG basically just need each to wipe one squad, and they would surpass them there. So I think the cutoff point is going to be around about the same. I think the 21. Points. I think the 21 points from Ghost there. Whether STC or Rusty Revolvers can gain some extra points might be the deciding factor on those 15th and 16th slot.
Yeah, true. And just so all of you guys are aware, if you're seeing Rusty Revolvers Gaming, you're not imagining things. They are in the top 24 as Goats, as we mentioned a little bit earlier. Goats did pull out. The next in line was Inexorable Legends, who cannot make it to the group stages either, and then the Rusty Revolvers Gaming were next in line after that, so they took that spot as well. So all fair game for them. I mean, I think in essence Rusty Revolvers do deserve to be there in the end, because I mean they did try and fight it out there on Sunday, but for them 12 points off the 4 games, you can see they were actually getting into the top 5 quite consistently there as well. So I mean, they're not showing off with the kills yet, but they're getting that placement point, which could be a big deciding factor coming in on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely deserve to be there. I mean, I want to say last night was a stronger lobby than the reduced qualifiers were, and they put up more points last night than they did in the reduced qualifiers, showing that they have the potential to get those points. So they're definitely going to be a team to watch to see whether they can manage to grab that 16th position, maybe.
True.
They can still make it there.
I mean, 100%. I got a question here from Ellis Tomato. What's with the slow NX rotate in the beginning? Trying new things? Question mark. Therefore, a Viking.
I think that's honestly just PUBG reducing loot. I swear, dude. Like,
okay.
I can't tell you. I
Player's
think
perspective is a good thing, so let's go.
I think in the 4 games, 80% of the time we were running around with 2Xs. I think the one game, the entire game, I played with a level 1 helmet. Like, we're just not getting any loot, and I've seen a couple of teams complain. So much that me and Airless actually went and double checked the settings to make sure that the settings were correct. And it is. Which leads me to think that PUBG might have reduced the loot in the esports mode. I don't know. Like, the loot is really bad. And rotating on our current, like the timing that we are used to rotating with, like, it's just not worth rotating with iron sights or red dots. Like,
No,
you're not
for
going to be
sure.
able to take the fight.
That's an interesting point of view. I mean, like you said, a lot of teams have struggled as well. I know Insane agreed. Loot was a struggle. Jin's like, all I hear is excuses. I mean, true. We rotate almost all the games with no scopes, and we force early fights to loot. That was what Resnad is saying. That's very interesting coming out from him. I mean, do you guys need scopes with 53 kills there in 8 games? That's the question, I guess. Not the top though. I mean, 68 there for high voltage as well. But looking down the leaderboard, obviously we still got Against All Odds Black. They played last night, didn't have the best of games either, coming out with 3 points. Smurfs, it felt like Smurfs did better than 2 points last night. I'm not going to lie, because we saw them in a lot of action. They're just not able to cross that finishing line at this moment.
Yeah, I think they're getting quite a few knocks. Just, I'm wondering if they might be struggling knowing when to just send it, getting the knocks and just committing to the fight. I think they're getting the knocks and just giving the team the space to go and get those revives up, and then just losing out on those kill points, which then leads to them being gatekept and then losing out to the placement points as well. I mean, last night we had some hectic zones. So it won't surprise me that some of the teams have less placement points that we used to seeing them get. So I think Smurfs might have been a victim of the bad zones as well, but just not being able to capitalize on the knocks they get early enough, and then just being gatekept by the team they're fighting.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean, they ran into some big teams. They were running into high voltage often. They were running to Nas as well, to name a few, and you can see those teams right at the top there as well. So it hasn't been the easiest of starts for the group stages for them. I mean, going into Sunday now, we've discussed a little bit about who's going to maybe potentially make it in, but I mean, I'll come back to my point with the Rusties. I was making a point before we got a bit sidetracked there, but they were getting the placement points. I mean, when Ripper died in that game with you guys, they were the first team to get knocked out of that lobby at that stage. White River Gaming came in 16th in that third game, and that was after a lot of fights throughout the whole map, and then it all seemed to quiet down as well. So teams, I do feel, are playing. It's becoming the fact that we're seeing teams starting to only start dying in phase 4 and 5, and if you keep yourself clean through that period, you're gonna pick up a lot of placement points as well, because that's just the we see it in the PGIs or the PCS and all that sort of stuff. The teams are alive for a very long time, and that's starting to come good in the PUBG African scene.
Yeah, that's a really good point you're making. I mean, looking back to our previous season, phase 3 would close and we would have 10 teams alive.
Yeah,
because all the teams would just die in rotations. I think people are starting to notice that they're starting to put effort into not rotating close to other teams that they know where, approximately they would land. Teams even, changing up their looting strategies. If they know they can't rotate early, they rotate late. I've seen some teams, I think I'm talking under, like I could be wrong here. I think NR team actually, I've seen them quite a bit rotating in quite late when
True.
the circle is quite far away. Letting all the teams ahead of them just rotate into zone to make sure that they have the space to move into the zone as well without the struggle. So yeah, the teams are definitely learning how to survive until those fourth and fifth zones, which is really good.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, in our team did a lot of late rotates last time, especially in the first game. I mean, they came in very, very. I think it only came in phase 3, to be honest. That's how late they were in that circle. And also in our team, I mean, if you want to see somebody use utility, Twister last night with his utility, amazing. I mean, something we got to also like noticing from the top teams here coming out is the utility usage is becoming a lot more of a factor even in our scene. And we've seen it obviously, like I'll say it again, PCS and all those things, that utility's been used correctly, and it's starting to really be impressive with some of the utility usage for these teams as well. Like I'll say again, Twister last night had literally the kitchen sink. He was throwing everything at it as well, but he was hitting everything, and he was using the smokes to good effect. I think he even juked you guys as well with one of his smokes as well. I mean, great work coming with utility, and I think that's going to be a big factor coming into our finals as well.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think also in that highlights video that we watched earlier on, I think the first clip was of Twister throwing a nade, getting 2 knocks with 1 nade, and then shooting the third guy. And then right after that, getting 2 more knocks on a different team. So that man is definitely someone to watch out for. And I think if he can bring the rest of the team up to his confidence level, that could even be a team to make a run for that top 8 slot easily.
Oh yeah, 100%. I see in chat, obviously we gotta go. A couple of things. Yeah, the late rotates coming up from NR team, as you were correct. I mean, Kritzy saying here, against all odds, topping lobby on Sunday. Fighting talk coming out from against all odds is good to see, because I mean they're not far. If they have a even better Sunday, they could top this entire lobby and beat High Voltage with the way things are gone. Still a way to go. 40 points, or they are 56 points behind High Voltage. Going to be a tall ask for that in 4 games, but I see
They're not phased though,
No.
So it's not AAO Sundays, so I'm not too worried about them.
Inexorable Gaming banter, some banter coming out there, I see, which is good to always have some friendly banter as well. But I do believe, I think Against All Odds has already secured their spot in the top 16 already. I think anyone that's pretty much, I would say, 30 points and above would be secured in the tops. I would say definitely secured themselves instantly into the top 16. So for the likes of 7th and above, would have secured their spots already, but we'll wait and see. Anything can happen on Sunday, that's for sure. We'll be live casting that on this channel and on our Arabic channel as well, and that's something we also can sort of like chat about. We'll move away from the leaderboard here in front, is we've got an Arabic caster as well.
Yeah, I think that's definitely something that we've been planning for quite a while now. Giving our North African team something back, giving them, because we're always talking about like keep the chat English and stuff. So this gives them the area to speak their own language, just enjoy casting in their own language as well, if they want it.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's great. So Zivrock is our caster for the Arabic caster. If anyone is not aware of that as well, he will be casting the Arabic stream, which still comes out of my room here. It's been quite a challenge actually to try and get both of the languages out at the same time as well. So, you know, that's obviously one of our requirements, is to have the exact same gameplay on both streams as well. So I think we've done a pretty good job at accomplishing that as well. So I think it was a real cool feat for us as PUBG Africa as well. I think we got to celebrate our little accomplishments as well, Viking.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we might not be able to do all the fancy stuff that PGIS and all those big tournaments do, but I mean, just looking at the amount of people they have working on those events and looking at the amount of people we have working on our events, I think for the amount of people and for the amount of technology that we have to work with, I think we're doing an outstanding job. And I
Yeah.
mean, you guys in chat, you guys need to tell us, you know, because at the end of the day, you guys are the judges of what's been going on. So you guys need to tell us if there's something we can improve on. So give us some feedback. You know, it doesn't have to be here in Twitch chat. Give me a message on Discord, even in the general chat. Just hit us up and tell us if there's something you guys think we can improve on.
Yeah, 100%. We're always open to suggestions. I mean, this is what we make of the, you know, it is your tournament as well. And what makes it is you guys obviously coming in watching as well. If you're not playing, or when you are playing, you're still watching the streams as well, giving us the exposure that we need. And obviously we continue to give you guys the platform to shine as well. And then we've got PUBG on board, which is a great thing. I mean, that's, I think, for us, probably our highlights of everything else, is we've got PUBG in our back pocket there, and they've been so awesome to work with as well. That's for sure. You know, they've been giving us all the assets. We got all the new PUBG logos already as soon as they come out, you know, so all the assets get done, and there's a great little working relationship that we've got with them, and that's can only get better as time goes. So for us, we're going to keep on grinding away to make sure that, you know, we provide the best things for you guys as well, and make sure that all these games are, you know, enjoyable and fun and fair, you know, is what we want as well. A lot of people saying we're doing a great job. Keep it up. Thanks, guys. I really do appreciate the kind words. Gaming will be a phenomenal. Yeah, 100% agree with you there. Medea, well done. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate all the kind words there. I think that's pretty much us for this evening. Unless Viking, anything, last words for Sunday?
I'm looking forward to it, you know. Just wishing all the teams that still have some games good luck. Also wishing Group B, most of the teams playing in Group B, playing in ESL this week. Starting today, is it?
Yeah, starts today, yeah.
So some of the teams are actually still playing right now. So good luck to all the teams playing in ESL this week, heading up towards the weekend. All the best to them. And yeah, we'll see how the end result turns out. I'm looking forward to the finals.
100%. Fight for that top 16 will be concluded on Sunday. Yeah. And until then, guys, have a fantastic rest of your week. And yeah, cheers for now. We'll see you guys on Sunday. Hopper7, myself and Airless Tomato will be casting the English version with Zibrock over at the Arabic stream. So yeah, thank you so much. Also, this podcast is sponsored by WeBuyCars. Head over to them, WeBuyCars.co.za. If you're looking to buy or sell your vehicle, they're the place to go. And they actually come out to you as well. So that's always a cool thing as well. So guys, until Sunday, have a fantastic evening. We'll see you guys soon. Cheers for now.